Hi, I'm Dr. John Grohol from PsychCentral.com. Today I'd like to talk to you about the 9 symptoms of depression. Before we get into the symptoms, it's important to talk about what depression is not. It's not an occasional feeling that anybody experiences, uh, feelings of depression or sadness from time to time. Nor is it fleeting or a subtle feeling. It's an intense, long feeling that is very hard to mistake, and it is not unnoticeable. Other people tend to notice when you are in the midst of a major or clinical depression. The other thing to keep in mind as we talk about the 9 symptoms of depression is that in order to understand and meet the diagnostic criteria for depression, you need to actually meet 5 of the 9 symptoms. And those symptoms you have to have experienced for at least 2 weeks. If you've only experienced them for a few days, it's unlikely you would meet the criteria for major depression. The first symptom of depression is called depressed mood. And that's when you're feeling sad or empty, or other people tell you that they see you as appearing more tearful or sad than usual. You need to have experienced these feelings of sadness and emptiness most of the day and nearly every day. Next symptom of depression is a lack of interest or pleasure in activities that you used to enjoy. Things like hobbies, such as fishing, playing video games, or just hanging out with your friends and socializing. These are all examples of a lack of interest or decreased pleasure in the kinds of activities that you used to enjoy. Another symptom of depression is a significant change in your weight. For some people, they experience depression as a weight gain, and for others, they experience it as a weight loss. Especially when you're not trying to lose weight or to gain weight. For instance, when you're dieting or trying to prepare for a marathon or something like that. We're looking for a significant change in your weight, and that is typically about 5% in order for it to meet the criteria for depression, keeping in mind that weight gain and weight loss may also be signs and symptoms of a different type of mental disorder. Another symptom of depression, it has to do with our sleep patterns, and they can be disrupted either through insomnia, which is the inability to sleep or to get to sleep, and also something called hypersomnia, which is when you sleep too much. For instance, sleeping throughout the entire day, not wanting to get up and do things. Some people with depressions can sleep 12, 14, 16 hours a day. Another symptom of depression is called psychomotor agitation or retardation nearly every day. And this simply refers to your body movements and your ability to either control them in regards to psychomotor agitation. That's just being like jittery all the time and not being able to sit still, and or retardation where you have no interest in getting up and all you want to do is sit in your chair or lay on the bed, and even like getting up to go to the bathroom or get some food feels like there's a heavy weight pressing down on you, and that you basically don't want to do anything because of that. It does not refer to a car, just in case you were wondering. Yet another symptom of depression is fatigue or loss of energy nearly every day. That's just where you don't feel like you have the energy in order to do what is necessary for the day. Yet another symptom of depression is increased feelings of worthlessness or inappropriate guilt nearly every day where you just, even if in the past you felt capable and competent and self-confident about the things that you could do, depression takes that away from you and you start feeling like you can't do anything right, and you feel guilty for your inability to function or to carry out activities that you used to be able to do as second nature. Another symptom of depression is an increased inability to think or concentrate. You sit there and you stare and stare and stare at a piece of paper or a book or a chapter or something that you're supposed to be reading, and you're looking at it, and no matter what you do, it just is not coming. And it's not because you've suddenly lost 10 IQ points, it's because you can't concentrate. There's also, in many people, an increased indecisiveness, that you can't make decisions that used to come far more easily in the past. And these feelings happen nearly every day when you are depressed. And finally, the last symptom of depression is recurrent thoughts of death, not just the fear of dying, but things like thoughts of suicide. Even if you don't have a specific plan, suddenly you're thinking about killing yourself far more often than any time in the past, and this is very unusual for you. So thoughts of death can be a symptom of depression as well. Keeping in mind that if you feel like you meet a number of these symptoms for depression, the best person to turn to is a mental health professional who can actually make a formal diagnosis and determine whether you actually may have clinical depression and could benefit from treatment. I appreciate your time with us going through the 9 symptoms of depression. And if you'd like to learn more about depression and its treatment, please check out our website at psychcentral.com. Thank you so much.